Hey y'all, how are you guys? My name is Nikki if you are new, and welcome. And if you're returning again, thanks guys. This channel is all about reselling. I primarily resell on Poshmark and eBay and Mercari. I haven't been making any sales on Mercari. What about y'all? Leave me a comment in the section down below and let me know if you're making any sales on Mercari, because I haven't made one all month or last month. I made one sale on Mercari in probably 4 months. On this channel, guys, if you've never been here before, we talk about all things reselling and mental health awareness.
Speaking of mental health awareness, guys, my sister got COVID, and she's the one who has my son, and my son got COVID, and they live in West Virginia, and me being here in Washington, it's just super hard. I just want to fly home, but I put myself at risk, and I mean, what good can it be? But what should I do, guys?
Just like to be a shining light in today's society, since it's just a little dark nowadays, y'all. Since I kind of know what I'm doing now, I really give myself a pat on the back. According to what my business model is, I know what I'm doing now. I will say that I told you guys before, I bought a spreadsheet that I never used. It was a pretty pricey one. I just couldn't understand it. So I was actually watching Mogi Beth the other day, and I know that her boyfriend Matt is really just analytical from, what I've seen on his channel. So I decided to go see their video on their new spreadsheet and what their plan was. So for $25, I was like, that's so not expensive. So I went ahead and took that leap of faith and purchased that spreadsheet. I'm so glad I did. Like, I'm like a hands-on type of person. So sometimes, most of the times, I learn by doing it. And her boyfriend created a tutorial on how to do this, and it's so like methodical, and it's just so analytical, and you could tell that there was so much time and effort, and yeah, a lot that went into that spreadsheet. So I'm if they ever do catch me, hi, my name's Nikki, y'all. No, I'm just playing. If they ever do watch this, I just want them to know that I like that spreadsheet. Like, I've gotten almost all my stuff filled in, and it was super simple. Like, it was just a lot of copying and pasting. Okay, guys, this ain't even finished yet. That's why it looks a little weird. Like, it's just, I've never had something that was so simple before. And yeah, like, I haven't even got all the data done yet. Like, I'm only on, let's see, I got all of the sold things put in, but not the prices yet. I think I made it up to July. Okay, like this one. And they have it to where you have different platforms you can list on. But yeah, I'm just in love with this, guys. Maybe all spreadsheets are like this. I don't know. Like I said, I've never used one before, but I can never not use one. Like, I've already learned so much on like what I've been selling, like things that I sell. Like, I mean, it's crazy on what I can't remember until I see it. So yeah, I'm just super excited. Like, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna bring my business to a whole new level. Like, I didn't even understand and see. Like there was 1 month back, like during quarantine, where I made $2 grand on Poshmark. Over $2 grand. Like, I didn't even know that. Like, I don't know what I've been doing whenever I've been doing my sales, but I'm like, hey. The month of June, I sold 169 items. Yeah, in June, I made $2,657. Like, after Posh and everything, like, because they have where you can enter your cost of goods and everything, I brought home $1,878.50. So let's get into this what sold, guys. I'm just going to start doing 3 what solds a month. Every 10 days, I'm going to do a what sold. So whatever that day that lands on is what day it lands on. So let's say, I'm going to do them on the 10th, the 20th, and the 30th of every month, except February. I am going to You guys, everything that I sold that was a profit of $20 or more before my cost of goods, which my cost of goods is an average of 88 to 93 cents, depending on what time of the year it is. So on Poshmark, I had 31 orders from the 1st to the 10th. Just note that some of those were good bundle orders of like 5 and more, a couple of those, and I had 2 returns. eBay, I had 28 total sales for the 1st through the 10th, and I only had 5 that I was a $20 profit or more before my cost of goods. So let's just get right into this. And then at the end of this, guys, you're going to want to stick around to the end because I'm going to also share 5 super bad buys that I made from the 1st to the 10th. Stick around for that. So one of the things that I sold that I profited for higher than $20 was these Precious Moments figurines. They weren't heavy or anything, 12 inches high, and it was just a boy and girl Christmas caroler. So it's a Precious Moments sign numbered 11.5 inch statue. And I got a 5-star rating on that. The girl collected Precious Moments, so I hope that she enjoyed them because they were a Christmas present to herself. The first bundle that I had to sell was a bundle of 8. I gave the woman a really good deal. She put a bundle together, and I looked at it, and 4 of the items was in my 4 for $20. Was this Everly dress. I got this from the first mystery box, and if you ever watch my first YouTube video, you'll see this. I got it from Kimmy Cope. She's another YouTuber, and it was just a mystery box. In my closet, I have this Everlasting sale. It's a 4 for $20 sale. And what that is anything that was a bad buy on my behalf or I can't sell for $20 or higher goes into this sale. So you could pick 4 of those items, put them together, and I'll send you an offer of $20. If you bundle any more than 4, it's only $5 per item after that. High 5 stripe pocket tie shorts, size large. They were my 4 for $20. 4 for $20 LuLaRoe midi asymmetrical blue dress, size medium. This Charming Charlie Empire Waist midi dress, size large, and I also had a brown one in that color too. This one's the green one. She liked this ModCloth red floral navy lace upper midi dress, size 10. She also wanted these Cole Haan on white, black, red clogs. They were a flip-flop sandal, and they were had like a little wedge. I had those. They were a size 6, and I had those since the very beginning, and I had those listed at $25, which I would have given those away. She also liked this Petticoat Alley sheer maxi large keyhole back, size medium. I had that listed for $33. I just recently sourced that, but it was a completely sheer dress, a maxi dress, and I had got that from the bins the last time I went to the Olympia bins. Coffee break. I shot her a price of $125, and after Poshmark fees, I made $100 on that. Everything was super cheap, all except for, well, my cost of goods on that ModCloth was only $5. I got that at a yard sale during the spring, and the Everly dress came in a mystery box, and I paid $30 plus tax, so it was like almost $40. So $8 for that. So I made out a bandit like that on that one. The next thing, I profited over $20 before cost of goods, were these Bronx red calf boots, thin square heel, size 7.5. They were just like this deep red color, like a brick red. They were a square toe. They had a super thin square heel that was about 3 inches high. And they were just like calf boots. So I had those listed at $35. She liked the item. I sent her an offer of $28 with discounted shipping. So I profited $20.28 before my cost of goods on that. I also sold these 4 Wilton Burt Big Bird, Elmo, and Muppets vintage bakeware. They were cake pans. They were just vintage. I had got those at the bins back in the summertime. They're super light because they're aluminum. So there was 4 in that bundle. They sold for $30. So after Poshmark fees of $6, I earned $25 before my cost of goods. My cost of goods was less than $1 on all 3 of those. So my profit after my cost of goods was about 20, we'll say 22 to be on the safe side. And I do have more in there that are listed, and then I have more that aren't listed because I had bought a bunch of them. They were just in the bins. I also sold these Adidas Orthodite Float Sneakers Signature Logo Tan. But they're being returned, but they sold for $30. Well, I indicated that the sneakers were a size 9.5. No, a 9, and they're really a 9.5. So those are going to get relisted as soon as they come back. The next thing to sell where I profited more than $20 before my cost of goods was this large round wicker basket, wicker lid and handle. I got that for 99 cents at my local thrift store back in the summertime. It was about 17 inches tall. It had a little handle on it and it had a lid, and it sold for $40. After a Poshmark fee and discount shipping, I made $29.88 on that. So I sold these women's Farrah ski snow pants drawstring waist size 12. The woman asked me if they were lined like 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to respond back to her. I was really busy, sorry. But she asked me once again, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I apologized to her, and I went right in there and I told her that they were lined. I had them in my hand. And then she asked me another question. I looked them over for her. Yes, they're waterproof. So she purchased them. I got them out in the mail that day. She paid $35 for them after a Poshmark fee and a shipping discount. I earned $25.88. I've had those since last winter, so I was glad to see them go bye-bye. She was a really nice chick. She was like, I just think they'll be perfect for what I get them for. So I hope she does enjoy them after she gets them. The next thing to sell for over $20 was this vintage 1989 first edition Energizer Bunny, 22 inches tall. It had these flip-flops, sunglasses, and it was missing the drum, which it was in perfect condition. Besides that, it was super cute. It sold for $45. It got delivered, and I got 5-star rating for that. This I got recently. It's a men's Woolrich vintage knit V-neck oatmeal color sweater. It sold for $28. This really warm looking cozy sweater. And you know, Woolrich is a good brand to pick up. Well, for me it is, and I know for Valamilk it is. Does it resell for you? Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know if it resells for you. I really like to know. I like to know what sells for other people because I know there's such a drastic difference in people's sales. Like, yeah. So after a Poshmark fee of $5.60, I earned $22.40 on that. The next thing to sell, it was this, and I got these for 99 cents a piece, and they're really hard to resell. It's that DR2. It's a good plus size line, but it's not, it doesn't sell easy. It was a 3-piece bundle. It was just this maroon blazer, as you can see, and it had a shirt under that blazer and then another cranberry color one underneath it. It sold for $28, and it was listed for less than a month. And after a Poshmark fee of $5.60, I earned $22.40 on that. So I'm like really appreciative of everybody who has ordered from me. Like, I'm sure nobody watches me like that orders from me, but if, you know, if they did, thank you. Okay, I sold a bundle of 6. It sold for $70. After Poshmark fee of $14, I earned $56 on this. Items was in my 4 for $20. It was this newly sourced AUW asymmetrical blue orange paisley dress, Ralph Lauren petite medium blazer, and that was in my 4 for $20. And then she also got these. It was in my 4 for 20. It was a Burns of Boston Genuine Bonded Leather. It was photo albums. Also put, this was recently sourced. It was a freeway chiffon crochet nude tulle mini dress. And then she also added this camel color new look 100 polyurethane crop jacket that I had sourced very beginning of, I think, winter last year. And she also threw this double jus beige open front tie with, it had the tie and pockets cardigan. It was extra small. Whenever I was packaging up her stuff, I realized that I couldn't find the Ralph Lauren sweater. So I reached out to her and I let her know what was going on. So she picked out another sweater. And I also sent her something as a gift too, to try to make up. But she was really nice. Like, she was really cool. And she picked something else. I told her to pick anything under, I think, $30. It could be $30 and under she could pick from. And she ended up picking something else that was in my 4 for 20, which I thought was really respectful and nice of her. This was also a bundle that sold. It only sold for $25. It was, all 5 of her items were 4 for 20. So like I said, if there's any more than 4, I still just charge them $5 per item. So I shot her over an offer of $25. She accepted, and I made $20 on that. And then I got to give a shout out to Matt. If you don't know his channel, I will link it down below. He has a YouTube channel called Front Range Flips. He finds some really cool stuff in Colorado. So he's my friend. And he did order from me. He ordered these bundle of Hatchimal, they're called collectibles. And I had them in lots of 4 because I purchased those at the Dollar Tree. And I got all of them after I seen how much they were going for on eBay. I just picked up the whole box. Well, I've sold a couple sets of them. So, and he wanted these Jaws movie collection 4 DVDs. It was one of the first items I had listed on eBay. And he paid full, I woke up to the sale. He paid full price of $26 after a Poshmark fee of $5.20. I earned $20.80. And Matt, thank you. Like, that was really nice of you. Like, I didn't expect to wake up with a full price sale. But in that box, I included 4 more of those collectibles for his daughter because he was getting them for her stocking stuffer. And then she also has a channel on YouTube and she reads on there to kids. So I sent her a box full of books that I thought maybe she could read on there. And if she doesn't, then she just might get some joy out of them. I also put some of these things that I get for a quarter from my local flea market. And they're just like little art things, like little crafts. There was window paint, you know, you make stained glass and stuff like that, and some suckers. And yeah, I just told her to pursue her dreams, never give up on them. So I hope she enjoys. And thank you, Matt. The next thing to sell is I recently picked up this. It sold in the same day. It was this Pixie Lady black dinosaur pullover hoodie, size medium. It sold for $25 after a Poshmark fee of $5. Well, I didn't make, this was still cool. It's close enough. I made $17.88 on that. I recently picked that up for, I think it was $2.50. I thought it was a really cool hoodie though. I wanted to keep it, but I'm glad I listed it because it sold real quick. These men's Lululemon black button-up wind pants, size 36. They sold for $40. After a Poshmark fee of $8, I earned $32. They were in really good condition. I've had those since right when quarantine was lifted. I think those were in the palette of clothes that I had bought from the Goodwill outlet. Okay, so here is my numbers. I made $841 on Poshmark before they took out their fees, after their fees and shipping discounts. $211.74. I made $629.26. My cost of goods on that was $65. So my take home after cost of goods and everything, what I put in my pocket from December the 1st to December the 10th was $564.26. I'm so thankful that I'm even making sales with everything, you know, in our world that's going on right now. You know, 15 orders that my profit was above $20 or higher before my cost of goods. And I had 16 on Poshmark that was under $20 before my cost. 31 total orders, but 48 total listings. So after, you know, considering how many bundles and stuff people had put together, I had sold 48 things. 2 returns. And eBay, have I not told anybody that? I'm starting to love eBay, y'all. Really, really digging eBay. Like, they're so cool. Like, I love everything about it. Like, everything, like, you can bulk edit. Like, knew that. Like, not me. I'm sure y'all did, but not me. It's so cool. Like, I can do everything in bulk. I don't have to sit there and do one by one. I don't have to share my items, so I don't have to pay a V8 to do that. I mean, and it just all eyes all over the world are on my stuff. No, I still had the beginner store. Okay, I had the beginner store, and last month I ordered, along with that package, I ordered Terapeak and the other things, so I had all 3 items. Well, I know that towards the end of the month, for the last 2 months, I've not been able to list because I've no listings left. Like the last 2 months, it's been like that. So before like I went on there and I was just researching it, and I was like, well, how much would it be if I bumped it up to the next level and I added it up and still wanted Terapeak in that? Even though I don't use it a lot, I'm sure that I'll get to know how to use it more, and I'm sure that that'll be a good part of my business. So I noticed that the store above the one I was looking at, Terapeak and the other thing came with it. So it was only like $5 more than what I would be paying if I got them separately, and I get double the amount of listings. So I played it smart, and I went ahead and got the 1,000 item store. I cannot seem to get 300. I'm like stuck at I'm stuck at 287. Like, I'll get my listings up a little bit, and I'll make like 4 or 5 sales. They'll just be little sales, but you know. So on eBay, before they took out any fees, I made $794.29. Yeah, eBay fees was $144.12. And then my shipping labels was $141.40. And then my PayPal fees was $32.57. But my orders that were over auction, I put those Monster High dolls on auction. I'm like, oh my God, like there's just so many, and I have so much to deal with, and I would rather look up the plates and stuff. The dolls are cool and everything, but they're just not my forte to sell. So I just put them all on a lot, and I was like, I don't know how much to list them for. There was 43 dolls. 19 of them was missing just a limb or something. 13 fully done dolls, and then I had all kinds of shoes, all kinds of clothes and accessories. Pretty cool ones in there. Well, I tried to auction them off for $250, but nobody bid. Went off of auction that day, and I want to try them on Buy It Now this time. So I had somebody send me an offer of $50, and somebody sent me an offer of $55 as soon as I listed them. And I shot them back an offer because I put them at $211. And so I sent them an offer of $150, and they both declined. Well, as soon as they declined, I had somebody buy it that had just made an eBay account. As soon as because they bought it now, they paid the full price for it. So I knew as soon as I seen it, like I thought it was like one of the people that I declined their offer, because it was just really odd, and they had just made that account in December. I said F it. So I sold Similar. I said I'm gonna keep it down there, but I'm gonna sell Similar. So that's what I did. I just sold a Similar because I knew that wasn't gonna go through, because I have the other Barbies listed, like the Brat dolls, in a lot too, and they're listed at 111, and there's like 36 of those. Say that those are going to be like half the cost, so I'm going to split this cost. So I just wanted to recoup my cost on that, which was between $30 and $40, is half of the cost of those Barbies. So I'm going to say between $30 and $40, so I'm still profiting, about $110. This bobblehead, I recently listed. It was in that bulk buy that I had bought from that guy at the thrift store, the same one with the 2009 Star Trek Captain Kirk Wacky Waller collectible bobblehead, and it sold for $29, and the buyer paid for shipping. So all in, the buyer was $36.28 all in. Like, I cannot believe it. I've almost paid for that, like completely with the items that I've sold little by little, probably half of it. So the next thing to sell that was over a profit of $25 is I had these new in the box, and I got them since the summertime. It's a Wonderful Life Collectibles, George and Mary Bailey. The boxes were beat up, but they were still new in the box, and they were vintage, I think. Anyways, they sold for $50.11 with me paying for shipping. The shipping on that cost me $8 and something. So I paid $4 for those. So yeah, I profited like $40 on that. The next thing on eBay to sell for a profit of more than $25 before my cost of goods was this Alessi. Now, it sold within the first day of me listing it, and I've had it for about 2 months, I would say. And I just wanted to get it sold. It was an Alessi Christmas cowboy figurine by Massimo Gaialcan. It was just this, like, you could see like this just figurine. It was like an artistic piece of work. It sold for $25 with me paying for shipping. So I think, and that went first class. So I profited like 20 bucks on that. And I got that for 99 cents. No, I got that for like 25 cents at the flea market whenever I get a lot of stuff. I just put stuff in a cart and he gives me a price. And that's usually what it turns out to be, is about a quarter a piece, between quarter and 50 cents. I also sold this. It sold within 2 days of listing it, and it went international. It was new in the box. It was a cash flow for kids raising financial IQ learning game. It was brand new. I had purchased that and I paid $1.99 for that here recently. I listed that, and like I said, it sold within a day and a half, 2 days. The next thing to sell for a profit of more than $25 before my cost of goods was something that I was so happy to get rid of. The first time I had frequented, or I had went to a thrift store, I had purchased this. I have such like a good, long-term memory. I had purchased this, and I don't know why it didn't sell. I was like, because whenever I found it, I was like, ooh, this is pretty. It's original. It's weird. It's going to sell. Well, it took like a year and a half. It was this brand new at Tags. It's a QVC brand. It's Bob Mackie wearable art. It had these rhinestone lined neck. It was a maxi dress. It was like this orange color, and it was plus size. Like, it had everything going for it. But it was a hard sell. Like, I stay away from Bob Mackie just because of this. It sold for $26.11. The next thing to sell over $25 before my cost of goods was one of these Me and My Big Black Planners covers. It sold for $21.11. The buyer paid for shipping. After that, I profited $21.11. This is my totals for eBay. My totals are $794.29 before my eBay fees and my PayPal fees. After all that and my shipping fees, my total profit on eBay was $431.54. I had 28 sales. My cost of goods on that was $78. So my total in-pocket amount for the first 10 days of December, after my cost of goods, that's eBay fees, that's PayPal fees, that's Poshmark fees, and all the discounts that I had given, and my cost of goods, I pocketed $917.80 for the first 10 days of December, which I'm very grateful for. I wish it was a little higher. I mean, I just expected more, but I'm grateful for what it is. Like, I cannot wait to see what the next 10 days hold of sales. So, yeah. Now I'm going to share with you guys a couple items that I really flubbed up on. Okay, I had sourced these pair of jeans. Okay, they were Hudson, and they were the Barbara high waist skinnies. And the front end was in really good condition, and I was in kind of a hurry, and they were only 99 cents. So I grabbed them, and then whenever I was taking a picture of them, and I took all the pictures, and then whenever I flipped them around, they had holes in the butt. Like, they were just starting. As you can see, they're not too bad. And I did note that to the buyer. I'm in the listing, and I had listed them at $15 because I knew that I would get rid of them for whatever somebody offered me. The first offer, they're out the door. Because if I didn't, I would be sitting on those forever, and I'd probably end up donating them. So somebody liked them. I sent them an offer of 11. They counter offered was 6. I said accept. So yeah, those are out of my life, and they were only listed for less than whatever. But it was horrible on my part because I did not look at the item. That's what I get for rushing and thinking. Because I ended up going in the hole on those. Because after a Poshmark fee of $2.95, after Poshmark fee of $2.95, I earned $3.05. Okay. Well, I didn't pay 99 cents for those. I paid $2 for those because they were $3.99, and I got them half off here recently. And so it's just about breaking even there. I might have made 50 cents. So learn from Nikki. Don't be like Nikki. Make sure you check over your items because that's a waste of money. That's something that if I wasn't in the right time at the right place and listed it at the very right time that somebody was looking for that and wanted to be cheap, I would not have sold those. They would have got donated. Another bad buy on my behalf. It's like, what were you thinking, Nikki? Were you doing this? I mean, I know how much money I made, but I see someone with these sale prices and what I'm profiting. I'm like, what was I thinking? Is that really what my time is worth? Do you really? Is that how you value yourself, Nicole? Really, Nicole? Like, is that how much you value yourself? Like, yeah, that has to come to a stop. I value my time way more than that. No, I went the whole on it. I got retail arbitrage at my local, I call it my pallet store. They buy pallets and just sell it like as is. Like, it's not like a dig through pallet store. But it's this Mercury Innovations Indoor-Outdoor Smart Wi-Fi Plug, no hub required, brand new. No, I got that retail arbitrage at Walmart for $5. So it sold for $6. So I went in the hole in that one after PayPal fees. I mean, they paid for shipping, but I think I ended up having to pay a little bit more on that. So yeah. Another one I flubbed up was these 2 coffee cups. I only sent one. I have to send out the other one tomorrow. Cannot forget, Nikki. Please don't make yourself a note. Cup mail to California. I only sent 1 cup. So now I have to turn around and mail the other cup on my dime. And I realized it before it had even gotten to the person. Like, I was like looking at my listings. I'm like, oh my God, there was 2 cups in that. And I knew I only mailed off 1. So she was really understanding, and she was like, oh, that's cool. So I'm going to send that out tomorrow to her in California. And this was a bad buy to begin with. I bought these black licorice because I thought they were selling, but I was just looking at what was selling, not the sell-through rate. And I bought them at the Dollar Tree on retail arbitrage, and I lotted them up, and I had them listed at $12 free shipping, and it cost me, it was a pack of 5, so it cost me $5. So they're $7 before my PayPal fees or anything, and my eBay fees. So, like, yeah, I went and these are so good. I've never had these before. So I can't wait to do a video for you guys this week. Same time, same place, same pretty little face. Bye, y'all.